also the most like in it, ready to go all the time. For first hour, the Tomcat Pride Award goes to Salvador Aguilera. So while Salvador isn't necessarily the loudest and the most outgoing in class, he's always the most reliable. He's always there on time. Often chases me to the band room to get there on time. It's great, but definitely deserving of the Tomcat Pride Award. And then the second award for each period is the Musicianship Award. This is just one of the best musicians in the class period. Obviously it was very hard this year in percussion. There's always a lot of great musicians. But this individual who isn't here performed a solo and percussion ensemble concert that I think blew everyone away. And that's Samuel State. Alrighty, moving on to second hour, since I teach that band also. The Tomcat Pride Award. Again, this individual is always very lively, excited to be there, works his butt off. It goes to Paula Brica. Alrighty, and the Musicianship Award for second hour, probably one of the most reliable players in there who can always rely on to give me a tuning note or play that passage and be an example, is Angie Lopez.
In third hour, there's a lot of great musicians and spirit in the freshman band this year. I've been very pleased with all of the students. These were actually some of the hardest freshman awards I had to give out. So in third hour, I gave the Tomcat Pride Award to Javier Cano. They all get a chocolate bar too. And the Musicianship Award, this student has frankly blown me away with how well he plays. He is a very, very talented freshman musician. I can't wait to see what he does in the next few years, Mr. Abraham Campbell.
Congratulations, sweetie.
Fourth hour and Wind Symphony.
Great job.
It was really tough choosing Wind Symphony players this year. There's so many of you guys that are so good. But the Musicianship Award for Wind Symphony goes to someone who's played, I think, like 2 solos last concert and has 2 solos this concert and is just killing it on the oboe. It goes to Abigail Barajas. And then finally, the Spirit Award. This student transferred in last year and has just like owned East Aurora and lived East Aurora ever since she's gotten here. This goes to Samira Garcia.
So, fifth hour symphonic wins. Our musicianship award is going to a young woman who, again, has played a whole bunch of solos. I felt like she went out for a solo early in the year, got it, did extremely well, and then maybe her confidence got boosted a little bit, and she started going out for everything and winning just about all of them. The musicianship award for symphonic wins goes to Miss Vanessa Millara. The Tomcat Pride Award in Symphonic Winds. I don't think the students here tonight, I'd love to say, oh, this was a really hard choice, and there were so many great students, but for Tomcat Pride, this was an easy. Oh, she is here? Oh, good. This is an easy one. Number one winner of Tomcat Pride in Symphonic Winds goes to Miss Guadalupe Vizcarra. I'm sorry, but I didn't see it. So in sixth hour concert band, it was very difficult for me to decide on one Tomcat Pride, so I did what Kulik does all the time, except this year, and picked two students. I don't think either of these students are here tonight, but these two are really fantastic sitting in the front row of clarinets. I'm constantly joking around with them and all that stuff. And I can't pronounce one of their last names that I'm going to probably butcher, but Honey Miranda and Aaron Rockmadianto. Are you of them here? So then the musicianship award for sixth hour is also going to a really fantastic musician. Not only does this young man play really, really well, he's always answering questions and helping out, just being involved in the music making process. And the musicianship award in sixth hour is going to Conrad White. In seventh hour, seventh hour has a lot of fantastic musicians, and the Tomcat Pride Award for seventh hour is going to a young man who is always helping out at all of our events. And he's just been a really great asset to us and always willing to volunteer, pancake breakfast, anything that we want. And so that is going to Mr. Cody Toth. And the musicianship award in seventh hour obviously is very difficult to give out. There's a lot of students who play extremely well in that band. But I had to give it to this student because of just how hard she has worked and how much she practices. And so this has to go to Minnie Trejo. I mean, Jennifer Brewer. So next we have we've got a couple more awards that didn't make it onto the program for various reasons that we'll explain. First, we want to give out the Semper Fidelis Award. The Semper Fidelis Award is kind of a new-ish award this year. It doesn't get given out every year, and it's an award that's presented by the Marine Corps. The Marine Corps has a proud tradition of concert bands within the branch, and some of the best concert bands in the world are Marine Corps bands. The Semper Fi Award
will be presented by the Marine Corps at the Senior Awards Night. We don't have the award here, and technically we're not supposed to give it out yet, but don't tell the Marine Corps. Please don't tell the Marines, oh God. The Semper Fi Award is going to Mr. Gilberto Rodriguez.
All right. Another award that was given out, it's by an outside foundation. They came to us this year. It's the Chris Patterson Memorial Scholarship. So Chris Patterson was a student at West Aurora High School. He was involved in drama and band and choir and all the theater productions. He was a really involved art student. And so a few years ago, they started this award back at West Aurora High School. And then they've slowly been extending it to other high schools in the area. And this year, so Batavia also has it, and now they've extended it to East Aurora as well. So this was the first year, and many seniors applied. This was the first year they gave it out. This award will also be presented at the Senior Awards Banquet, but we are allowed, unlike him, I'm not going to get in trouble. We are allowed to talk about this one now because the student has been notified. So the Chris Patterson Memorial Scholarship went this year to Mr. Brian Perez. Did he leave? He was here. Hey, Brian, good job. All right, moving on. So now we're on to the East High Awards. So we have 2 G. Edward Nelson scholarships to give out. G. Edward Nelson was the band director here at East Aurora High School back in the 50s, 60s, and 70s. He taught here for something like 28 to 30 years, somewhere in that zone. Really fine band director. He did take a trip with Europe. Microphone almost got out. And he is regarded, he passed away just a few years ago. There's Brian Perez. He made it. Yay, Brian. So we give out 2 $300 scholarships in honor of G. Edward Nelson. Mr. DeMoore is going to talk about our first recipient.
So our first recipient is a young woman who has shown exceptional musical growth, I think especially this year. She's someone who's going to school to be a music major, going to be studying music next year, and she's done a tremendous amount of independent work. I'm going to kind of give it away here. She plays the piccolo, and the piccolo is a very finicky instrument, very difficult to tune. She's worked super hard to figure out all the intricacies of the instrument. Really, really impressed us with her growth this year. The first G. Edward Nelson Scholarship goes to Miss Elizabeth Vieira.
Alrighty, this next student for the G. Edward Nelson Award plays in my band and is just like super rock solid all of the time. She's been involved in a lot of different ensembles here in East Aurora, and just always exemplifies like musical, what's the word I'm looking for? Sorry, I'm off my game today. Just like foundation. And I know I can rely on her all the time. This goes to Lillian Martinez.
All right, the next award we have to give out is the Audra Lynn Kramer Memorial Scholarship. So this also comes with a $300 scholarship. Audra Lynn Kramer was a student at East Aurora High School Band back in the 90s. She passed away when she was 18, and this scholarship was set up in her name by the family and then continued on by the band boosters. There is a perpetual plaque that hangs outside, or in the music wing with the student's name, and then they also get a plaque to take home with them. So the student receiving this award is, I'm gonna bring her up and then talk about her because I know it'll make her more uncomfortable, is Fatima Campos. So Fatima plays the clarinet. She has participated in the solo and ensemble contest for a number of years, playing solos. She played a solo on our small ensemble concert this past April. She's been involved with the Fox Valley Music Festival, as well as the Pit Orchestra, participated in the District Summer Band Camp, basically her entire career going to it, as well as being a counselor at it. She was in the Legion Band and has participated in church choir. She's an all-around, really involved music student. That's what you wrote on that paper. She has been a solid clarinet player throughout, and she has really attacked. We've got a piece that we're playing on this next concert in about a week and a half called Molly on the Shore, which is basically just one big solo for her, and she's been really doing a fantastic job. So come to the band concert on May 16th and see Fatima make her more nervous. But congratulations. Thank you.
So the next award is the Dr. Charles Paquinette Leadership Award for Band. Dr. Paquinette was a superintendent here at East years and years ago, and this is a leadership award. And to me, leadership really means what are you contributing to the culture of the organization? When you're gone, what are people going to remember about what you've done? And one of the first things that I noticed when I started teaching here at East, and something that I've noticed especially this year, is there is a strong, and I mean this in the best way, trumpet geek culture here at East High. There are a lot of trumpet players who love to practice, who love to play for the sake of playing. And I think that if you ever really want to get good at something, you've got to do it for the love of doing it. Not because you want to get noticed, but because you like to play. And this student, I felt, has been instrumental in developing a very positive, we're going to get together and play all the time culture. This is a person that, you know, Mr. Liska spoke about Abraham Campos earlier and about how much he practices, and I think that one of the reasons that he's been so dedicated in the practice room is he's seen some strong seniors who have set that example, that, hey man, this is what we do here at East. Like, we play trumpet, we get in the room, we practice. And anyways, the Dr. Charles Paquinette Leadership Award for Band is going to Mr. David Arsman.
Alrighty, this next award is the Woody Herman Jazz Award. It's one of 2 of our jazz awards here at East Aurora. The student who's getting this award, I think the best way for me to describe it is a lifetime of servitude to the Latin Jazz Ensemble Award. He's been in there from the start and has remained the entire time we've had the ensemble, seen all the different faces of what that ensemble looked like. It was a great, sorry, a little minor story. It was a great moment. We played a piece from 2 years ago this year, and he just like played the solo that he played originally. It was crazy. I don't know if it was good, but it was crazy. It was awesome that he still remembered that. So the Woody Herman Jazz Award goes to Isa Yunus. Along with this award, it comes with a $200 check too, so dinner's on him tomorrow.
So the next award is the Louis Armstrong Jazz Award, which goes to the most outstanding jazz musician over the course of a number of years. And this student has really been the backbone of my jazz ensemble for a number of years, and really, Gil, come down, and really done a fantastic job juggling all of the different ensembles he's been. He's been extremely busy, but I could always count on him to be there to play, to really set the tone for the jazz band, and that goes to Mr. Emmanuel Rubin. This also comes with a $300 check from Mr. Emmanuel.
Alrighty, this next award is the Director's Award. This is kind of a Grand Spirit Award, as well as just like rock solid student all year and all through high school. It's been really interesting having this student a part of my program, especially. He's brought a really interesting dynamic and always kind of changed the way that rehearsal ran. And he called me coach all the time too, which is really cool from a teacher's perspective. The Director's Award goes to Jesse Soler's.
So this is another student that we're going to call up first. The award, I should say, is the Patrick S. Gilmore Band Award. We think of it as one of our biggest awards that we give here. We give it to one of the best musicians and someone who we think has an incredibly bright future in music and in life. And I want to talk about this person some more, but Valeska, why don't you come on up? So Valeska Carrillo here is a trombone basketball player. She's going to Illinois State University for music ed next year. All things that I did when I was her age. And it's been really awesome to watch Valeska grow up, mature as a young woman, and mature as a musician here at East. Because, like I said, a lot of what she's done has mirrored my own life. And I get to watch so much of it and go, she's a lot like me, but gosh, she's so much smarter. She plays a lot like me, but oh my gosh, she's so much better. Wow, she practices, but like she works way harder than I did. It's been so fulfilling for me as a teacher to know that the next generation of players are like me, but better in every way. No, I'm not crying. I never cry. I'm a grown man. I've never cried once in my life. Except, okay, the end of Avengers, I cried a little bit, but not really. Yeah, like I said, there's just nothing more fulfilling as a teacher than to know that the next generation is doing better than you did. And so it's been such an honor to teach Valeska these last couple of years, and that's it. Valeska, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, and it comes with a big fat $400 check. So, I mean, how much did you like that speech, Valeska? Like, come on, let's give back.
The final award is the John Philip Sousa Award. It is the highest award we give out here. It is a nationally recognized award. Our award here at East High, it's one of the things I really love about East High is you can go back to our John Philip Sousa perpetual plaque in the band room, and it goes back to 1962, which other schools in the area can't say that. They don't go back that far. There is a rich history of people on that plaque who are incredible musicians, including one of my former band directors, Jim Stombries, who graduated from East Aurora and then went on to be a band director in Naperville North and St. Charles North and all of that. And all kinds of names of talented musicians. So this student, who I'm going to bring up and then keep talking about him, is going to fit on that plaque just perfectly. It's Mr. Luis Trejo. Luis has been playing the saxophone incredibly well, got into Lawrence Music Conservatory, got into Berkeley, also got into Illinois State. He's going to be pursuing music ed, music performance at one of those places. He's going to be wildly successful wherever he goes. But yeah, the amount of hours that this man puts in a practice room is incredible. It's more than I think any of us put in, even in college. Maybe not you played a lot, but I don't know, more than me in college. We won't get into that. But Luis has been a member of the Wind Ensemble for the past 2 years. He's been incredibly insightful and incredibly great to teach. There's not a part that he can't play. Even though he has publicly announced that I'm not his favorite teacher at 2 different events, I still wanted to be the one to give him this award. That's okay. But this award is well deserved by Luis. It comes with a little statue as well as a $500 check for him, and the official suit as well. But Mr. Luis Trejo, everyone.